Hello, everyone. If you must be wondering what the hell is going on, let me explain before I share this video. We're going through a weather live in United States. And I love your profile, by the way. Anyways, I got a notification that I got a huge tornado warning, a really bad one, to the point where we have to go to like any safe place in our homes at 11. So I have like basically a few minutes left. So if I don't like respond, I'm probably dead. I'm kidding. I'm alive. I'm not gonna die. I've been through this. I lived. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. So I thought I would just, it's currently like raining really hard outside. Cause like nothing bad was happening the whole day, and suddenly at nighttime it's like, you know what? They've been chilling. Let me just ruin it. Anyways, let me go ahead and share this live stream on Fox. So.
Warren cell. This one is to the south and east of Pongacy and north and east of Stillwater. It's this northeastern part of Oklahoma that, if you've been with us, that's where we've been watching. The Storm Prediction Center has been saying conditions would be a little.
No. I'm in streaming right now. I need it now. Woman, I need it. You know what? I'm gonna stick with Fox. Because
as the storms that are going on in the plains right now, some lightning actually caused a wildfire to start. Yeah, this is Merritt Island. Obviously, Ian, you work down in Florida. You know a little bit more about this area than I do. When is the wildfire season in Florida?
Oh, we're in the teeth of it right now. It's worse coming out of the dry season when you've had a whole dry season. So at least for Tampa Bay, the rainy season would start getting going second week of June, third week of June, and then that's it. The fire season's over because you could get 4 inches of rain in an afternoon. But until that happens, you've had months of dry weather. You get a bolt of lightning, get a scene like that real fast.
That's crazy. A lot of people think about Florida. You think about just humidity, moisture, and all marsh and all that type of stuff.
It doesn't always translate to actual showers and storms, though, until you get to the rainy season.
Yeah, it's crazy. That is a state that you do tend to see wildfires. I mean, they have a wildfire season, obviously, and that was a good example of one right there. I talked about that discussion that the Storm Prediction Center just put out. This is a mesoscale discussion, I suppose, and they're putting it out for a developing MCS. Man, there's so much alphabet soup here. Let me just say the actual words here. A developing MCS, mesoscale convective system. It's basically a line of storms that's expected to be somewhat long-lasting, and it's likely to produce damaging straight-line wind over a large area. So might this end up being a derecho? It could be. I'm not going to forecast that for sure, but this entire region here from, let's say, eastern Kansas, over into even the Kansas City metro, we've got an increasing threat for damaging wind because this line of storms is coming together pretty nicely, and it's going to move basically from northwest to southeast across the region. We've been telling you about this all night. Kansas City, be prepared. It looked like it was going to come in around 2 a.m. or so. Might even be a little bit before that, just judging from some of the radar trends here. So here is our severe storm threat for tomorrow. I want to focus in on tomorrow because I know we've been so gung-ho about today, and rightfully so because we've got active storms. storms. But you guys in the Midwest and the Ohio Valley tomorrow actually have a pretty significant chance for severe weather. And this is how it's going to pan out. We're going to have this MCS, mesoscale convective system, a line of storms, whatever you want to call it, moving from northwest to southeast. And that's going to be round one of storms. I would say tomorrow morning, this is 10 a.m. on the forecast model. Pretty nasty line of storms moving through the St. Louis metro. That's going to move toward the east. We'll see if it makes it to Louisville. But that's round one of storms. And then there will be another round of storms that develops here into the afternoon. That's going to start in southern parts of Illinois, southeastern Missouri. So, yes, it's going to be some of the same spots that get rained on over and over again. This one's going to skirt from west to east across the Ohio River, and maybe take a dive down into the Tennessee Valley and parts of the southeast, including parts of the Appalachians. Now, I do want to quickly mention the Indy 500 is set to go on tomorrow. The festivities start around noon. I believe the green flag is 12:45. So I'm just highlighting those spots here. And you know, this is going to be a very close call as far as the very beginning of the race. We're going to have to watch the radar trends as this thing is starting. But this is right around start time of the race. And you can see there will likely be at least some showers and thunderstorms around. And there's definitely going to be a line of storms that's going to move through this area. Right now, it looks like the timing is going to be sometime right during the middle of the race when the worst of the storms come through. So again, we'll see exactly how it pans out. It's one of those things we're going to have to nowcast throughout the day tomorrow as the event is going on. But after that, things clear out by about 4 or 5 o'clock, and then probably another round of storms later on in the night for you guys in Indianapolis that will come in around 10 or 11 or so. So basically, on and off showers and thunderstorms throughout the entire day. Not the best forecast you want to see for a race like that. I'm definitely not an expert on
I just
racing,
got one right now, like a few minutes
ago. I would imagine that rain being around is probably not a good thing, and that would definitely affect whether the race goes on or not. There's going to be a lot of rain around, not only for Indianapolis, by the way,
which I will make it, by the way,
for a lot of people in the Midwest and the Ohio Valley. So I guess the point I'm trying to make here is that, yes, we were going to have the threat for damaging wind. We're going to have the threat for some tornadoes. We'll have the threat for some large hail. And then also we're going to have a threat for some flooding, because these are areas that have been rained on a lot at points over the last couple of weeks. So, Ian, we've got pretty much everything on the table for tomorrow. We've got a long night ahead still with that developing line of storms, I would say.
Yeah, Ari, I went to IMS for the Brickyard 400. I've never been to an Indy 500. Such a huge event, though. So we hope, obviously, first and foremost, that any of the severe storms dodge Indy, but of course the rain too, so we can get that in. A big tradition for the weekend. We talked about some of the numbers from people traveling yesterday for TSA. It was what, up almost 3 million folks, the most through TSA checkpoints across the country in the history of the TSA. So we're going back a couple of decades. A lot of people moving around the country for this Memorial Day holiday weekend. The issue is getting back to the East Coast come Monday. You notice this overall severe weather threat. We've had at least a 2 out of 5 somewhere across the country every single day in the month of May, and that continues as we through this holiday weekend. Where this threat is what's problematic about it. State College down to Philly, all the way down to Charlotte, and all those big airport hubs and people in between. Philly, Baltimore, D.C., all the way down through Richmond, Virginia, Roanoke, Raleigh, and Charlotte, of course. Then you consider that even outside of where we see the severe weather potential, we still have thunderstorms in the forecast, and those may be disruptive, not just to air travel, but on the roads and the rails, too. Here's the exclusive Fox model. It comes in 2 waves. The first one, first thing, that's a decaying line of storms approaching the East Coast during the very early part of your Monday. I mention it because the severe weather threat's not really there, but it's rain and it's a holiday. You might be outside. Some of those storms might have lightning in them. That's a hazard. The severe weather threat, here it comes later in the day, late afternoon and into the evening hours. Front triggering more storms approaching the East Coast, and the timing is not great. It's late in the day through the evening when I think a lot of people will be moving around. That's 9 p.m. now. Look at the New York City area. all three airports will have some rain, thunderstorms somewhere close by to the terminals, and then all the cities that we've mentioned are dealing with those storms as they move on through. Just in time for the abbreviated work week come Tuesday, that front is well offshore, and all of a sudden we've got plenty of sunshine up and down the coastline, the whole eastern part of the country. So it goes, unfortunately, with that. But this coverage of rain through eastern part of PA, the Delaware River Valley, Poconos, the Catskills, up into the Adirondacks too, and even the White Mountains, the Berkshires. We could easily see 1, 2, perhaps 2.5 inches of rain in an area that is totally soggy because of what this springtime has included, which is a lot of rain in these places. We got this level 2 out of 4 threat from the Weather Prediction Center in those areas, so we'll watch out for the outside chance for flooding. Be mindful of the heat down in the Sunshine State. You got plenty of sun for Memorial Day in Orlando.
Don't worry, my boys.
97 degrees for your forecast air temperature, which means the feels like temps. The heat index will be in the triple digits.
You move further off to the west.
Thankfully, the plains get a break for the holiday. A lot of folks just trying to clean up and get back to some semblance of normal after what we've seen play out. We got a nice quiet day on Monday. Along the immediate Gulf Coast, Houston area, southern parts of Louisiana, we could see some showers and thunderstorms. Look at San Antonio, 102, the forecast high temperature for Monday. So Ari, yeah, clearly this is the unofficial start of summer. That looks pretty official down in South Texas.
Yes, it certainly does. And I've got to throw out a Fox weather alert here because I feel pretty confident that there's a tornado on the ground with this storm here up in northern Texas. This is north of Fort Worth, north of Dallas. We can zoom in on this a little bit. It's a classic hook echo with a very significant hook on it. And when you look at the velocity data, you can see a very strong gate-to-gate velocity couplet right here. Okay, you can see that right there. This is for Cook County in Texas. Again, we're north of Fort Worth. Pretty intense radar couplet there, and I did at least briefly see what I thought to be some debris on the debris tracker a little bit earlier. It looks a little bit tough to tell there, but. And of course, this radar that we're using here on Max is a little bit different than the radar I was looking at on my laptop. They have some different algorithms, but I do think there was a brief debris signature that was visible with this one. So I want you guys to treat this like there's a tornado on the ground. And again, the right side of this here, it should be red. The algorithm really is not very good on this particular product here. But bottom line is I'm pretty confident there's a tornado down here. Some of the cities, maybe we can get a couple of cities here. The Weather Service has not confirmed this tornado. I think there's a tornado down. So the atmosphere has been very volatile today. We've had some brief tornado touchdowns. Not all of them have been on, in fact, every single one of them hasn't been on the ground for a very long time. This one might have some more staying power. We'll see. A couple of spots where I need you in your tornado shelter right now: Hood, Texas; Era, Texas; Valley View. That's all going to be within the next, well, Hood and Era will be within the next 20 to 25 minutes or so. So you guys have a little bit of time, and we'll see how this holds together. Places like Gainesville, Valley View. Just watch this closely.
Yeah,
maybe not in your tornado shelter right now. You've got plenty of time before the storm gets here. But again, this is a classic supercell. You can see there's going to be some big hail in there as well, probably at least golf ball sized hail.
All the way.
As this moves from southwest to northeast. As is usually the case, the rotation's on the southwest side of the storm, right where you see that circle. It's called a hook echo. And that's exactly where the storm was rotating, and that's where I think I saw a little bit of debris, at least for a scan, as these storms move from west to east. Now, this will eventually cross I-35 near Valley View. That'll be in about half an hour or so. Until then, it looks like it will end up south of Gainesville. Yeah, that's I-35 right there that Cody is circling. So this is one of the few storms that's left that's west of I-35, and you know, it's just crazy because the higher storm threat was supposed to be farther up toward the north, but you never know what you're going to get. You got to watch these things as they progress. This is called nowcasting. This was maybe a little bit unexpected, but definitely
we don't need it. Timmy, you're good.
an atmosphere that can support a pretty strong storm like this. That area is still under a tornado watch, and rightfully so, because that tornado, or that storm, I think is producing a tornado right now. That's one of the worst radar signatures that we've seen all day. So we'll see how that progresses over the next couple of scans. This tornado watch, by the way, goes until 11 o'clock Central Time, so it's actually only out for another,
11 o'clock.
45 minutes or so. But, man, that is an absolutely classic supercell. What's that, Cody? Oh, I thought you were talking to me real quick. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's a storm that's going to cross I-35, I would say, in about half an hour. Bottom line is we're going to watch that one closely over the next couple of scans. And I believe we have 2 total, or is that's the only tornado warning that's on the board right now, or is there another one farther north? And we still have another one. We can take a look at that one real quick before we go to break
I heard
here.
what a tornado
Golf ball size hail in there. Let's take a peek at the velocities because it's getting closer to the radar site. That one definitely does not look as bad. I don't feel very confident there's a tornado on the ground with that one, but we'll watch that one as it progresses as well. Okay, just a couple of minutes. We'll be right back. We've got a lot to cover. We've got more severe weather on tap for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's
stay
thunder
close.
outside.
We'll be right back after the break.
Fun fact, I have actually survived a tornado. Dallas. Where's my place at? They keep on going on live. Oh. Alright. Everyone stay safe. Really? Just do one. There we go. Oh.
This is the innovative McCormick Snap Tight Bottle. A bottle redesigned to seal vibrant, long-lasting, fresh flavor. McCormick Snap Tight Bottles. Keeps flavor fresh and dinner delicious.
Subscribers only.
Cholula's authentic blend of premium Mexican flavors makes your thing the best thing. Welcome to La Familia.
Sponsored? I am
Mother
calling
of
your
sauce.
mother. I hate ads. What are you doing?
All the parts you need at the prices you want. Guaranteed to fit every time.
What?
So you can keep your ride or die alive.
I hate ads. Sometimes I want to snack it. Thanks for watching. Commercial break. We'll be right back. Oh, you better be right back, because I'm not dying. What is it, Chloe? Chloe. Is it Chloe or Chloe? I feel like it's Chloe with the E. So I'm guessing it will end at 11. The tornado, I think that's what he was saying. So I should be fine. Like, nothing bad is gonna happen. Get hit by a tornado. Holy shit. What's up? Just do it.
Hi, I'm Jane Menard, and today we're talking about the Enhanced Fujita Scale. The Enhanced Fujita Scale is damage-based, using the information collected by National Weather Service survey teams, along with tornado's path and radar estimations to measure the strength of a tornado. So let's take a look at the damage, starting with the lowest end of the scale, EF0. Minor damage occurs with a tornado of the lowest rank, with wind speeds up to 85 miles per hour. Some broken branches and some shingles could be blown off a roof. An EF1 rating includes broken doors, windows, and damage to mobile homes with wind speeds up to 110 miles per hour. With EF2 ratings, extensive damage is observed. Roofs will be blown off, mobile homes will be destroyed, and wind speeds could be clocked up to 135 miles per hour. On the high end of the scale, we have an EF3 rating with winds up to 165 miles per hour. Extensive damage is made to multi-level homes and large buildings. With an EF4 tornado, sturdy homes and brick walls will collapse with wind speeds up to 200 miles per hour. Finally, the EF5 rating, the highest and most destructive on the EF scale. Total devastation, towns unrecognizable with winds over 200 miles per hour. No matter the rating, tornadoes can bring damage, heartbreak, and destruction anywhere in the United States. So make sure you download the Fox Weather app when severe weather is in your area to stay up to date with the latest information. Fox Weather, weathering it together.
Flood alert.
This is a Fox Weather Alert. Welcome back as we're watching a tornado-warned supercells in 2 states right now. One in the northern part of Texas, another in the northern part of Oklahoma. Let's start with the one just south of the Red River because this one has wrapped up. If you've been with us, Ari was just showing you a look under the hood of this storm, which is a classic-looking supercell. There's the hook echo, and this may be a tornado in progress. It hasn't gone confirmed just yet, but it has every bit the look of a supercell that could be producing a tornado. So if you live in Cook County and you got that notification from the Fox Weather app or from the National Weather Service, in your tornado safe spot, because this is as bad of a look as we've seen of any of these supercells so far. So there it is, back to the west of Valley View. It's been maintaining some of that rotation, and it's approaching I-35. North to south, the last several hours have been a brutal stretch for I-35. These are the areas that have gotten beaten up by severe storms, not necessarily tornadic ones, although we have had some brief touchdowns and unfortunately some tornado damage from the last few hours. But this one, again, right there, that's the most dangerous part of this particular storm. It's moving off to the east at 25 miles per hour. Valley View, 10:51 local. So you got what, another 20 minutes and some change. Use this time to get to a safe spot and continue to watch this storm with us. Big hail core with this as well. A fairly sprawling area that's about to move over Interstate 35, close to, if not through, Gainesville, producing what appears to be what's indicated by the National Weather Service about golf ball size hail. That what appears to be what's indicated by the National Weather Service about golf ball size. It's about to move over Interstate 35, close to, if not through, Gainesville, producing. And then you look at the history of the rotation with that particular cell. It has been displaying some strong rotation for a little bit. So again, we're watching that one. Let's look at the storm a little bit further off to the north to get folks updated with what's happening back up into northern parts of Oklahoma. It's east of I-35 that way. I want to know as we scan this from the Doppler radar in Norman. This one. That's a new tornado warning here. It's Osage and Pawnee counties, runs until 11 o'clock local, so 35 minutes to go with this, and that's been the signal of concern with this one. Back to the west of Hominy, looks like a couple areas where we have a little bit of rotation. We'll watch for these. Winona as well. Be aware of this. Some big hail being produced by this particular supercell as well. So those are the two we're watching most closely. Farther off to the north, it's a scattering of some strong and severe storms that may congeal into more of a complex, damaging wind threat working through the overnight hours tonight. We know the past couple of months have seen severe weather outbreaks hitting many states. It's been relentless. The the American Red Cross has been there to help many communities in need. Since April 26th, more than 800 trained Red Cross volunteers have mobilized across more than a dozen states. The national spokesperson for the nonprofit, Jonathan McNamara, joined Fox Weather earlier to discuss their ongoing efforts.
I have no clue.
It has been an incredibly challenging year for the Red Cross, been in a constant state of response now for over a year. And to answer your question about Iowa, we have hundreds of Red Cross volunteers engaged in supporting local organizations that are on the ground, supporting emergency shelters, going out into neighborhoods to do damage assessment and to deliver the supplies like the ones behind me. We know in situations like this, especially after an event that can be incredibly traumatic, it's not just providing those physical items that are critical to allowing somebody to start the recovery process, but it's also being there to provide disaster psychological care, disaster spiritual care. Because when you think about what happens when you're standing in front of your home after an event like this, it's incredibly impactful from a psychological standpoint. And luckily, our Red Cross volunteers that are on the ground are trained in this, and unfortunately have had a tremendous amount of experience, as you mentioned, in over a dozen states providing this type of support. That's in addition to what's happening on the ground in Houston and other events that we've had to respond to across the country. It puts a strain on our workforce as we've seen a significant increase in climate-related disasters impacting our system. But fortunately, we have people answer the call to serve, whether that's in their own backyard or across the country. And unfortunately, it looks like there could be additional responses that the Red Cross will be responding to over the days and weeks to come to provide that critical relief that we know communities will need.
Absolutely. And Jonathan, I love the fact that you did touch on the mental health aspect of it. I feel like for so many people, you suffer literally from a post-traumatic stress that is associated with severe weather outbreaks that we've seen, and we've seen a number of them so far. I'm curious, how is this year's severe weather outbreak that we've seen across, again, over a dozen states, how does this compare to years past as you guys have responded?
Yeah, and as I said, I mean, we're in the constant state of response now for the entire year. It seems like every 18 days we're dealing with this type of response, and that's on top of what we're dealing with in communities across the country responding to things like home fires. That allows the Red Cross to change how we respond. It's recruiting volunteers on a consistent basis. It's making sure the communities in which we're in each and every day are stronger and more resilient, but it's also allowed us to focus more on preparedness, especially with the types of severe weather outbreak that we could see this weekend. It's reminding people that they need to have a plan and they need to have a kit in place. Not only a go bag that can help them be able to cover for 2 to 3 days, but having a longer term emergency preparedness kit and plan so that if there's significant impact to infrastructure in your community, you have what you need to be able to respond. Fortunately, have a great tool, our American Red Cross Emergency app. Not only is that a tool that can alert you in the event of a watch or warning in your area, which is critically important when you're dealing with the threat of tornadoes, but it also has all the steps you need to be able to build your personal kit and an emergency plan. Because I know as somebody who's deployed to many of these situations, families that take steps to prepare find themselves in a much better situation. Redcross.org, we hope more people take opportunities to get ready for whatever Mother Nature throws their way.
Jonathan, we only have 10 seconds left, but what can people do to support what you guys do in your mission?
Yeah, if you're interested in becoming a volunteer, redcross.org/volunteer today, or you can make a financial contribution to help our efforts at redcross.org.
Jonathan, thank you so much, and thank you for what your team is doing, again, across America, helping people in their most desperate times of need. We appreciate you being with us right here on Fox Weather.
All right, so we have some storms to track, and we're going to show you what these storms are going to do through the overnight and into tomorrow, because we're in the middle of what's going to be a 2-day severe weather outbreak. We've already had a lot of severe weather across the plains today. This is what's going on right now, and for the most part, we've got these 2 clusters of storms. This one farther toward the south is the one that we've been a little bit more worried about, the possibility of it producing, you know, some tornadoes. This is a batch of storms that's going to form into a line that I think is going to be long-lasting as these southern storms start to die down as they move toward the east. This one's going to take over as the main event through the overnight. That's going to move through Kansas City in a couple of hours. Be prepared for that. Now, just zooming into this a little bit, the Storm Prediction Center has put out a mesoscale discussion. That's what this little red area is for a developing MCS. Scale convective system, meaning a line of storms that's likely to produce a lot of wind damage, and it's probably going to be pretty long lasting. So it's that area that we're the most concerned about. That includes Topeka, Kansas City as well, and that'll be in the next couple of hours. Now, tomorrow's severe threat moves a little bit farther toward the east. So we have eastern Missouri over into a good chunk of central and southern Illinois. The Ohio Valley is included in this as well. And we're probably going to have a couple different rounds of storms here. The chance for some tornadoes, I think the #1 threat is going to be damaging straight line wind, because it looks like it's going to be a couple different lines of storms. Anytime you get these linear storms, usually the #1 threat ends up being damaging wind. So this is how it's going to pan out. And we're starting here at 6 a.m. in the morning. At this point, this MCS, this well put together line of storms, has become the main event. And it'll be moving through St. Louis and Springfield pretty much tomorrow during the morning, and then it moves west to east across the Ohio River throughout the day. After that, we'll get a little bit of clearing, and then another line of storms is likely to develop. You notice Indianapolis here. Indy 500 is going on tomorrow, and it really does look like weather is going to affect that race. So watch out for that. More severe weather to talk about. We're going to go through a tornado warning that is pretty significant that's going on right now in North Texas. That's all right after the break. Stay tuned.
Okay. Coconut
X-Series is Echo's line of best-in-class tools for best-in-class pros. The Echo Pro Volt battery system cuts workdays down to size. Max out battery temp gives 100% power till 0% charge. So what's best for your workday? Only the best.
Whether it's a last-second bake sale, Taco Tuesday, or a meal for your future in-laws, it's gonna be great.
Even though I eat
with McCormick by your side for over 130 years, it's gonna be great.
All the parts you need at the prices you want. Guaranteed to fit every time. So you can keep your ride or die alive.
Join me, Busy Phillips, for my new show, Busy This Week, on QVC Plus and HSN Plus.
Welcome back. This is a Fox Weather Alert. Scenes like this produced by a brief tornado earlier. This was in Anthony, Kansas. We were watching this, a tornado that touched down briefly, but unfortunately, while it was on the ground, you're seeing what it did. Some of the damage to that home, the roof torn completely off. It looks like one of those structures collapsed. And yeah, we have seen some sporadic damage. You do see some of the scenes of it here in Anthony, Kansas. It wasn't long after the tornado moved through this area that it lifted. It wasn't on the ground all that long, and that's been the case with most of these so far this evening, thankfully. Now, that being said, right now ongoing, we've got a couple of tornado warnings. This one across northern Texas, just off to the south of the Red River. That's the one of greatest concern. It's this shape there, which looks very classic right there. We're scanning this from Fort Worth, by the way. We're getting in tight. This is the zone of concern. And between Valley View and Sanger, I-35, this portion of it, we've been watching a very well-formed rotation in this. It's been a well-formed hook echo for the last 20, 25 minutes or so. This is a storm that's also producing a golf ball size hail, maybe even a little bit better than that in those purples just back to the west of I-35. That's the area right there, though, where we have the concern of a tornado. Radar indicated, we have no confirmation of this being on the ground, but it's one of the worst looking radar signatures that we've seen as far as a classic supercell goes. We've had that well-defined hook echo. We've been watching for any indicators of debris being kicked up by this just because of how menacing it looks on Doppler radar. No obvious indications of that, but because of what this looks like, you should treat this as if there's a tornado on the ground approaching Interstate 35. Again, right in between Valley View and Sanger. That is the most dangerous storm that exists right now in the plains. It's moving off to the east at about 25 miles per hour. It does bring places like Bloomfield into the mix in about 30 minutes. Still a ways to go until we get there, though. So that's what that particular storm looks like. Cody, still no obvious signs of any debris or anything like that. So that is good. But again, it's a menacing look right in between those two places. We're going to have to watch for that. Cody's pulling this back in time. That's the debris tracker. We've seen strong rotation for a while now. That's a look back at the past hour, but no obvious signs of that tornado being on the ground. Cody's measuring that, yeah, about 27 miles worth of strong rotation. So that's where we stand with this one. Let's get a quick update of what's happening farther off to the north. Do want to show you that other tornado-warned storm just off to the north and northwest of Tulsa. This one producing hail, too, almost up to the size of ping pong balls. You notice this is a much messier look, though. At one point, it did have a bit of a hook on it. We're not seeing a ton of that right now. That being said, this is a powerful thunderstorm, no question. Hail with that, but is there much rotation occurring in this one anymore? There's some. There certainly is some, but it isn't so tight that we're concerned about a tornado in the immediate future with this one. So yeah, those are the two ongoing tornado-warned cells. Ari, this is an overall setup. We've got in spots a tornado watch farther off to the east from here that runs through the overnight. So the concern is still there, even though we're well beyond sunset.
Yeah, we've actually got two different clusters of storms right now that are going on. And the one that's farther to the north, which actually you didn't even hit on, Ian, because there was so much action going on farther toward the south. This one up farther toward the north, I think, is going to take over as the main event here in a couple of hours. So be prepared. Topeka and Kansas City. This is a line of storms that's in north central Kansas, and the Storm Prediction Center put out a little discussion on this one where they're saying, look, this is a developing MCS, mesoscale convective system, just a lot of big words for a long-lasting line of storms that's going to produce a lot of straight-line wind damage. It could have a couple of tornadoes within it, too. That's definitely not out of the question, but this other batch of storms farther toward the south, where there were some of those tornado warnings, this should start to lose some strength as it moves toward the east, and this is going to take over as the main event as we go through the rest of the night. Then we have another day of severe weather on tap for tomorrow for a good chunk of the Midwest and the Ohio Valley. That's the area that we're the most concerned about. We could see a couple of tornadoes. I think we're going to see a lot of wind damage tomorrow. I think we're going to see a lot of straight line wind damage. And by the way, it looks like they just went tornado confirmed on that that tornado producing storm that is in North Texas. So we'll try to get that for you in just a second. But yeah, this is tomorrow's severe weather outlook. Keep in mind the Indianapolis 500 is going on tomorrow, and these storms are definitely going to affect that. Did I accidentally click through that there? Okay, so here we go. Yeah, let's zoom into this storm real quick. Now the Weather Service is saying that this is a confirmed tornado, and we've been looking at this one for a while. Really, weather spotters. Okay, so weather spotters have eyes on it, and you know, I've seen some stuff on radar just looking at this during the breaks where, you know, there's some contaminated radar data, but I was feeling pretty confident that there was a tornado on the ground with this. It looks pretty messy on radar, but man, that is one of the most classic hook echoes we've seen in a while, and that's got to be tornado debris. I mean, that's right in the middle of where the hook is. If you go back to the reflectivity, I'm going to keep my finger on that spot here, Cody. You go back to the reflectivity, and that is right smack dab in the middle of the hook echo. When those two match up, where you see those low CC values, correlation coefficient, meaning there's a lot of differently shaped stuff flying around in the air, differently shaped and sized stuff flying around, and we know that it's big, and it matches up with where the rotation is. That is a tornado in progress. Valley View, please get in your tornado shelter right now. Anywhere south of Valley View, along I-35 as well. This is where the tornado is. It's an observed tornado. This is confirmed now. We've had a feeling for a while that this one was probably producing a tornado, but it was just radar confirmed. Now we know there's a tornado down, and please, nobody should be driving along I-35 here, or try to find some shelter. It's pretty much crossing the interstate as we speak. It looks like this new scan just came out, and that's a pretty pronounced debris signature here. This has really just a classic look of a debris signature. They almost look square sometimes on the correlation coefficient or the debris tracker, whatever you want to call it. So here we go. We've definitely got a tornado in progress. Now, a lot of the other storms that have produced tornadoes earlier on in the day, they were brief tornadoes. They didn't last that long. So we'll see how long this one lasts. I think this one has the potential to be a little bit more long-lasting. This is an especially nasty-looking supercell, and a really nice job by the Weather Service here of making this new tornado warning face a little bit more toward the south and east. It looks like that's the direction it's going. This is probably a large, violent tornado that's in progress. So please, even if you live way out ahead of it in this warning, I need you in your tornado shelter in Bloomfield, Texas. If you have people, if you know family members or friends that live there, give them a call. Tell them to get in their tornado shelters. Pilot point just after 11 o'clock Central Time. So that's coming up before too long. I'm trying to see what time is it now. It is 10:42 Central Time. So you've got a little bit of time to get in your tornado shelters. Remember, lowest level of your house, as close to the center as you can get. Obviously, a basement is ideal, but if you don't have a basement, you try to find the room closest to the center in the lowest level where you've got as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Look at the rotation tracker on this. It's been rotating for a long time, and it looks like it's been peaking very recently here. And again, this is crossing I-35 as we speak. It's probably literally on I-35 right now, and it's crossing right between Valley View and Sanger. And look at that velocity signature. So this radar data is still a little bit dirty. Long story short, if I were to draw a line here, this stuff here is supposed to be on the green side, but the algorithm isn't handling it correctly. So basically, we have wind that is moving toward the radar, which is to the south. Okay, that's on the green side. And then on the red side, we have air that's moving away from the radar. So this is a very well put together, very, very tight rotation, and you see this green and blue colored stuff that matches up with the high reflectivity values. That's showing us that, you know, it's tornado debris. So we can use any of these products that you want. They all show us the same thing, that there's a tornado in progress crossing I-35 right now, just south of Valley View. This is probably the most intense storm, I would say, Ian, that we've had throughout the day today so far, at least on radar.
No question.
Yeah.
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 And the fact that it had staying power, which you made that point. We've seen a lot of fleeting rotation. This isn't that. This has been hanging around.
Yeah, exactly. And keep in mind, guys, we may not be done here yet. We've still got a tornado watch that's in progress for this entire region. That is just about as classic of a supercell as you'll ever see. And I feel like I've said that a lot so far this year. You know, so far up to this point, today hasn't really panned out to be as bad as it could be, but hey, it only takes...
I went to pause it. Gainesville's like right here in center, which I was on the map like a few minutes ago. I would say I'm on like this right here, if you can see my...
Here we go. We've seen some tornado damage earlier that was in Kansas. This one is in North Texas. We're going to follow it as it happens. We've got a very close eye on it, and we'll take another look at it when we get back from break. Stay close.
This is so exhausting.
Well, go back to you. You know what? I'm just gonna let these ads play. I'm not gonna bother.
Guaranteed to fit every time. So you can keep your ride or die alive.
Hi, I'm Jane Menard, and today we're talking about the Enhanced Fujita Scale. The Enhanced Fujita Scale is damage-based, using the information collected by National Weather Service survey teams along a tornado's path and radar estimations to measure the strength of a tornado. So let's take a look at the damage, starting with the lowest end of the scale, EF0. Minor damage occurs with a tornado of the lowest rank, with wind speeds up to 85 miles per hour. Some broken branches and some shingles could be blown off a roof. An EF1 rating includes broken doors, windows, and damage to mobile homes with wind speeds up to 110 miles per hour. With EF2 ratings, extensive damage is observed. Roofs will be blown off, mobile homes will be destroyed, and wind speeds can be clocked up to 135 miles per hour. On the high end of the scale, we have an EF3 rating with winds up to 165 miles per hour. Extensive damage is made to multi-level homes and large buildings. With an EF4 tornado, sturdy homes and brick walls will collapse with wind speeds up to 200 miles per hour. Finally, the EF5 rating, the highest and most destructive on the EF scale. Total devastation, towns unrecognizable with winds over 200 miles per hour. No matter the rating, tornadoes can bring damage, heartbreak, and destruction anywhere in the United States. So make sure you download the Fox Weather app when severe weather is in your area to stay up to date with the latest information. Fox Weather, weathering it together.
Welcome back. This is a Fox Weather Alert. Ari, we talked about how this whole evening was going to be a nowcast scenario. We had this extension to the tornado watch across northern parts of Texas along and east of I-35. Runs until 1 a.m. now, local time. It's effectively for that one supercell that we've been watching.
Yeah, sometimes you see the Storm Prediction Center do this, where they will literally just put out a watch, or like a small watch for one cell. Because the interesting thing with this cell, which is in North Texas and has a confirmed tornado on it, by the way, and we're going to break this down in just a second. Interesting thing about this cell is that it's kind of removed from the area where
the greatest risk was.
Yeah,
it was expected to be.
That level 4 out of 5 risk is farther up toward the north, but I mean, this is an area that is still under a pretty solid risk for tornadoes, and this particular soup cell has really performed, and it's been strengthening. So I'm pretty concerned about this one.
This is the type of look we were expecting to see more of, quite frankly, farther off to the north over the last several hours. Thankfully, we didn't. We did have some isolated tornadoes that did do some damage but they were brief. This has held together for quite a while.
Yeah, this has been an interesting storm to follow because the velocity data has been really weird with it. There's been some contamination in the velocity data. We've known that there's a spin in there somewhere.
It's not a good radar spot.
No, it's not. But we can definitely tell that there is debris visible on radar. This is actually now already crossed I-35. It crossed I-35 between Valley View and Sanger. This is all north of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We're not expecting any tornadoes in Dallas or Fort Worth.
That signal may have dropped off a bit here just over the last 1 or 2 scans.
Yeah, so let's follow this. I'll keep my finger on where that debris signature was. You move it forward, it's pretty much right there. And yeah, it may be dropping off a little bit because it looks like this area, Ian, if I'm not mistaken, is lining up with the hook. Can we throw the reflectivity back on there real quick? Yeah. I would say so. So, hey, maybe this is going to follow the trend of the other storms that we've seen today where, yeah, it produces a tornado, but they don't last very long.
Messier signal, it no longer has that straight-up textbook look to it on reflectivity that you were showing. It was as classic a supercell with the hook echo as you would ever see, and it had that overall look, a menacing look for about an hour's time. So maybe some good indicators with this now that it's off to the east of I-35. We've got to watch Highway 377.
Yeah, especially Pilot Point. If you live in Pilot Point, please get in your tornado shelter right now. You know, we're sitting here breaking down the radar, Ian and I, and we're seeing maybe some trends that it's weakening a little bit, but this is still a confirmed tornado that's on the ground, and I think we need to treat it as such.
Yeah, this was spotted on the ground by weather spotters, so this isn't just what Ari was talking about with some of the indications from Doppler radar, but also there was eyeballs on it. We saw this on the ground.
That's good that we had eyeballs on it because the radar data was really messy, as I mentioned, with this storm. So it's always important to keep in mind radar doesn't always tell the story as good or as bad as something looks on radar. Something different can be going on at the surface. So again, the part of the storm where the tornado is this southwest side of the storm. This is a really intense zoom in of it. This is it's like a little protrusion that comes out of the southwest side of these storms. That's called the hook echo. And you can see the town of Pilot Point over here, right behind Ian, where that's a spot that you absolutely have to be in your tornado shelter because this storm is moving pretty much directly toward you guys.
Yeah, you head farther off to the north, out toward Mountain Springs, Valley View, Collinsville. When you get the purples in the mix, you know we're talking about some big hail. So we have this happening with that particular cell. That was the look right there. It was approaching I-35. Still has that to an extent, but then also farther off to the north, we've been watching one additional tornado warning, and the overall look to a complex of storms much farther off to the north that may present the damaging wind threat as we move all the way through the overnight period.
Yeah, we've still got an active storm, by the way, northwest of Tulsa. Maybe we can do like a quick zoom in of this one and break it down a little bit. It's starting to get these little hook types of looks on the southwest side of the storms. This was one really nasty looking cluster of storms that was kind of tough to break down, but I'm curious what the velocities look like with this. Looks like the radars to the south and east, and you know, honestly, considering that we've got a hook there, it could look a lot worse on velocity.
Weather on YouTube.
That's a radar indicated warning. We're not quite as concerned about that storm as we are about the one that's farther toward the south in Texas. But yeah, Ian was just talking about this cluster of storms.
Yeah, we should check on that real quick because that seems to be congealing quite well into a complex that once it has that structure, it can produce damaging wind potential.
Kansas City.
Straight through the open.
Here it is, and Ian, I think this is going to become the main event once these storms that are farther toward the south. These storms will probably die down over the next couple of hours, but this is going to strengthen through the overnight. This is going to be a nocturnal line of storms, solid MCS, mesoscale convective system, as we've been calling it. Kansas City.
Yeah, you got KC right there. It's going to be right during the middle of the overnight. You get some powerful storms out.
Probably right around midnight. The forecast models were thinking about 2 a.m., but just looking at the radar trends here, I'm thinking that's going to come in probably within about 2 to 3 hours at most. That's the forecast model, by the way, and you can see it moving through Kansas City through the overnight, and that's going to be a line of storms that'll still be going on in the morning. So Springfield and St. Louis, be on the lookout. We've got the Indy 500 going on tomorrow, multiple rounds of storms. There's going to be a lot of action tomorrow, too, Ian.
Message here is dangerous weather to take us through the overnight, as Ari just mentioned, throughout the day tomorrow. By Monday, Sunday for Memorial Day. It's on the East Coast. Stay with us for forecast updates. Keep an eye on these storms with the Fox Weather app. This is a night to be especially aware of these strong and severe storms.
Sorry, I'm just a little tired. And more ads. Yay, free heat. So how is basically tornado like hot and cold, or is it like I think it's does that. Give me a moment. How is a tornado formed? We have a warm, moist, air near the ground with cooler, dry air. Okay. Okay, so basically I was like kind of correct. Like cold. Not exactly.
All the parts you need at the prices you want. Guaranteed to fit every time. So you can keep your ride or die alive.
Turn your kitchen into a restaurant with new Kraft Signature Shreds. Amazing melt, rich flavor. Craft together a restaurant-quality meal in your home.
Areas that supports tornado
as long
development,
as the foundation and the structure of your life is that cross and that hammer and those 3 rusty nails and the blood that I shed, I promise you it's a storm shelter that will withstand anything hell can bring against you and your family. No weapon formed against you shall prosper.
This is a bop. Okay, stop. It's the Hawaiian should be here. Yes, it should be here. Like, yeah, it could. They probably left or still here without me. Well, I am monster. Yo, I'm trying to look for Dallas. It's like Wait, is he gay though? Hold on, let me actually. Is oh, okay. Impossible to determine it. You know how every life is divided because the public never quite addressed it head on. In his lifetime, Pressure newspaper described her as a singer bisexual rock star. In recent years, the media has compared him as gay. There you have it. He's slave though. Alright, here's one from Cora. I don't know how to spell that, but a username Nicolette Queen says it was 5 years ago, says, to my knowledge, Freddie never, ever, not once, identified himself as gay, straight, or bisexual. He never answered questions on this topic, and quite rightfully so. That doesn't mean that he kept his sexual life a secret. He openly had serious relationships with both men and women, and had more regular sexual encounters with both. In today's time, he was called bisexual. Personally, I don't think Freddie wanted to put labels on himself. He was simply Freddie, a free spirit and a lover of life. I think Freddie identified himself as Freddie Mercury with love for anything that's beautiful regardless of gender. So, there you go. You want me to continue saying what the others have said about this topic? Let me know, and I'm willing to speak out some facts, but kidding, some lore. Dude. Can we just go to sleep? How long is this? How long is that? Okay, after that, go bed. Hey friends, who do you rather date? Roger, Taylor, John, Graham, May, or Ed? No! Then you go sleep. You're not supposed to go to sleep. Come on. Pretty good. You know what? I would say Freddie Mercury. Don't ask. Hey, assistant. Missy was. Wait. Hold on. Who was. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. I think it was Missy who was wondering where you at. I think they deleted their. Yeah, Missy was wondering if you were there. Here. I'm actually on YouTube live Fox weather thing. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's just, my aunt had just told me what's going on. No, I have actually not watched the movie because I think there was a movie. It's not something a sucker. So yeah, if there was a siren going off, I'm gonna take me, my brother, and you guys with me instead. Just FYI for you. So overall, I'm safe so far. That's a lot. Let me go back. Everything. All I want is to sleep, man. But it's not allowing me to. Oh, don't worry. It's understandable. Man, I missed the OGs here, the originals. I missed them. I missed the old gang. I missed it. So far, what we're missing is Alex. Okay, Alex. That was Kyle. Okay. Aww. Yeah. Yeah, I probably have to stay up for the whole night because we stay alert. So, no sleep for me. Oh, there's a. Did you all miss me? Of course, RF Wally. How could we ever forget about you? Hugs and kisses. Why? More like this.
Oh, my pizza boy. People Wally here? I don't think so. I remember the old gang. It was me, Nancy, well, in a movie, Kyle was now Alex. Kyle, that Kyle, because they got me their position. Called Kyle. Who else? What did I do? I want for Christmas is for this to be over with.
Nothing brings us together like Eggland's best eggs. Always so fresh and delicious, plus superior nutrition. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're
do
the
what
best.
you
Eggland's
want.
best.
Yeah.
Join me, Busy Phillips, for my new show, Busy This Week, on QVC Plus and HSN Plus. I'm pulling up a chair to the late night desk, but I'm doing it my way. I've got the moments that'll blow up your group chat. Plus, celeb interviews, personal stories, and of course, a little retail therapy. And I'm feeling good. Busy This Week. Watch free on QVC Plus and HSN Plus.
Yes. Oh no, I'm guessing yes, I am. It's now on like commercial break. So. Oh no. Only thing it did was turn off the TV and it turned on back again after a few seconds. So nothing major. No. Because I'm guessing he's still at work, you know. Not on break yet, so. Alright. Alright, my aunt just called me again, just checking up on the weather feed. So far, it finally stopped raining, and there's no, like, wind. And that, hello, Alex. What's up? Who drinks water? I do. Matter of fact, I love water. So sue me. so pissed off right now. Sup, Caitlin? Another OG is here from the game. Sorry, we were just talking about the originals are coming back together again, you know? And the flowers, so of course I do. True. I know, right? I am just like, and I have to stay up because I am very exhausted. I had no sleep last night. Every night I got crazy. Nah, you're good, Alex. Everyone has their own stuff. So it's fun. I understand. Because I like forgot about this channel. Like, I would say 2 times already. I can't help myself. My motivation is killing me. Oh, stop! Do not remind me. I will end you. I will. Next time I'm not gonna seek shelter like a coward. Instead, I'm going out and throw insults at the sky. I'm gonna write a script too. Yeah, I'm gonna join with you! Stop! I just have school. Same. Do not bring that shit up, or else I'm banning that word. I will ban everything. Yeah, Zeus is hurt. Hates us. Zeus hates us. Oh shit. Well, my aunt called me at least 2 times because to check up on her. So she should call again. Have summer vacation, like. Yup, Canal, yup. And I am going to stop. I'm not dying. Okay. Cassie fell out of the shower for the first time 4 nights ago. Broke her feelings and freaking yelled at broke my friend at a stupid nugget. Oh damn! That's a type of a bad luck. What? This bitch to deal with. The fact that I know what curse word you're saying is insane to me. And because I curse a lot, so that makes sense. Telling Wally to stay. Sitting on my couch after going outside to hang out with my bestie. As you should. As you should. Grow and violent. Why is everyone being violent? like Zeus. Clark, God said, dang, marijuana to well, listen here, I don't like you, so now I'm going to bark at you. Woof, woof, bark, bark, woof, 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 bark, bark, woof, 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 bark, bark. Oh my god, why did that make me laugh so much? Damn, no need to be mindful twice. What? You good? I'm great. I just want the dust devil to stick it through me. No, I never laughed like that. I don't like you. Well, this has put me in good mood. As it should. As it should. I know, right? We gotta go up to the heavens and beat the shit out of them. Those two on the picture car. Dang! Don't bring the nuclear! Oh, welcome to my life. Boom. Oh shit. Why? Well, we gotta go to heaven, and you know what? We gotta sue the heavens. We gotta sue Zeus. Wait, I can't say that 3 times fast. Zeus. I left the chat. I was trying to fight with the chat. You know what? I'm turning into a therapist. What is on your mind? I'm losing my sanity. Right? What? Okay, thank you. I was like, what are you talking about? Who is a... Nay! It's a knife and stab. Why are you stabbing Evil Wally? What did he ever do? I'm trying to read now. Hold on, I'm trying to read. No. Ah, okay. There we go. Okay. I don't think so. Yes, queen. Man, I was invited. How dare your breast be invited? It will hurt. my house? I hope my house back in... Oh, okay. Ohio. Tilly, sit down. Stop it. After this episode, go to sleep. I'm still scared that I broke my feeling. Like, it wasn't me feeling like it was obvious. Do not get me started, Caitlin. I will start a whole fucking rant of how perfect you are. Let me come over to your house and beat you with a pan and throw you across the room and remind you how perfect you are. I will do that. I will find where you live. Now that makes me weird. I'm sorry. But you are perfect just the way you are. Do not make me grab my hand and smack you. Make me. Do it then. Bitch, I will. Where you live? I'm coming over right now, even though there's a thunderstorm out my way. I'm out of town. I will hunt you down at the edge of the earth, or when we die, I will find you. I will help. Yeah, I will grab reinforcements and I will hunt you down. I don't care. I will grab an assassin to find you. I'm in love with my cop. Oh my god. Oh, this is actually making me feel better. Here's a hint. A place where no tornadoes. Place with no tornadoes ever. Oh! Can I help? Yeah, I could get it. A lot of people help me out. We're searching the whole universe. Wiping it clean until we find Caitlin. I know what you look like. You cannot hide from me. I know who you are. I will call your parent if you have one. Good job, lady. Thank you, Wally. Good job on the help. I'm gonna get backup. So we get super or whatever you like. Huh? Sorry, I have to go. No! And as with the dog. Oh yeah. Yes, and then there's that okay. Frosty next. Wait, what? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Lazy demon? What do you mean by that? What do you mean? Okay. Bye. Baka. Oh no. Oh my god. Going across? No. Leave the door open. I'm not going to sleep until my aunt calls me saying I'm good now. I can sleep, so until then I'm stuck here. Until my aunt comes. Or my dad gets me. Here, I shall give you a gun. It's very rare for you to have more. So, to wake up for church tomorrow. I just want to sleep in. Wait, do you have to go to church? Just ask him. Oh, thank you. Me too. Look, that's coming with me. Oh shit. Also, by the way, that's well. Yeah, okay. And quick crunch, I don't know how. Wait, what? I can't go sleep yet. You know what? That's fine. Oh, okay. I was like, for a second, I was like, what the hell is he talking about? Then he made a second. Maybe. Biatch. Okay, violence is never the answer. It's a solution. Get it right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you have summoned some of us. I ain't going anywhere but the fucking grave fish thing. Huh? Comedy. Such comedy. Someone turn it into a TV show. I literally walk on water with you guys. Oh, like Jesus does. Remember? No, not Jesus. He didn't do that. It was what's his name? Joseph? Was it him? No. Wait. Help! Hold on. Give me 5 seconds. Please don't sue me. Please. I beg you. Hold up. Don't. For those who's Christian, please don't sue me. Please don't come after me. You walk on water. Give me 5 seconds. Oh, basically Jesus. I'm stupid. Rather get eaten by a hurricane. Jesus and Peter. Okay, there we go. Please don't sue me. For those who's Christian, please do not sue me. I did my research. Yeah. Excited. Here's the word F. Fix. Fixer upper. Fun. 4. Fight. Friend. Your mom. Wait a second, that's not the F word. Fucking. I can't. My humor is broken. Right, y'all not dirty minded. Wait! Dirty minded. F. Give me a 5 seconds. You just want me to say fuck? Fuck for us. Five. Okay. Which one was it? Act. Back. Are we still doing the F right? Or am I stupid? 6! No. Fake. Yo. Flake. Fake. No. Fame, yeah, fame. Hey, we're on a roll. Oh my god. Mark, no one's going to the public. Me! I dibs! I called dibs! Frosty, I'm fighting. What? Meh! No, I did! What is up with you and punching Pompey? What did she do? She did not. I called it first. Nuh-uh, I said it first. All right, let me grab my wallet. What money? All right, fair. Firm. I typed it for you. I said it! I said it first! I said it! Oh man, that's officially my username. That's actually my official username. But without the man, it's men. Everyone in the car what coffee. Alright, I'm in the car. The L. Oh, like company is not really why fail like my life. I'm joining you on Roblox, but you keep leaving me frostbite. Hold on. Yes. Good. Yeah. Because I think no. It's not good. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take 2 minutes to go sleep. It's like 8:30. Good night. Stay safe. Got it. Bye. All right, guys. I am happy to say I am safe from the tornado. I live another day. I have lived another day. So far. Keep that in mind. Anyways, I have lived, but all right, I'm taking back seat there. Okay. Hold on, Caitlin. I'll accept that you just said no. Just getting the goddamn car, we're getting coffee and cookies. Yeah. Joining on Roblox. The Roblox part, Alex. My brother plays Roblox more than me, so it's probably him. So I apologize. Get fucked. What? So, yeah. But I'm gonna stream for 1 more hour, then head to bed because I am. Will you live against me? Wait, what? Oh. Na, 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 na. Will you live against me? So we have like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I'm gonna say 20 minutes. Yeah. I can't. Hold on. Whoa! Tongue and tremble, built like a ton of looking ass. You dick. Supercell looking like a whiteboard, you nasty asshole. Oh my god. Gaster Blast Frost. Why are you guys fighting me? Alright, guys, we at the coffee shop. Yas. Wait. At the candy shop. Woo! Screaming at me with the word Giat. Oh my god. Hey friends, I get a. Oh my god, but I don't have an MP. Oh my god. You guys crack me up. From the candy shop. Okay, Lazy Demon, what is up with you and fighting? Oh my god. As if you are taking lives like it's a full-time fucked job. Twister built like a freaking drug electric car. Insert opening to crazy train here. Built like a dusty bunny that didn't make it. Want to hear your mom joke? Yes, please. I want to hear your mom joke. Turn on the candy shop. Hey, Frosty, can I borrow $40 for him? I am broke. I have no money. I have basically. Hold up, let me grab my pocket. Basically, it's $2 with my 10. I have $12. I am broke, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not rich. I have no money. That's why I'm doing this YouTube channel for reason, to have some monies and to entertain you guys. But I'm broke at the moment. So maybe in the future. Or not, who cares? I'm gonna fight Nezuko. Do not hurt the child. Hurt Muzan. He deserves it. Your mama's so ugly. Even Hello Kitty says goodbye. Dang, dude. Don't talk to my mom about it. Oh my god. I could care less.
Your mama's so fat. Something, something, something. I don't know. Fight Michael Jackson. Yeah, fight him. Koopa Ice Queen live ad aid. What? Hold on, let me actually search that up. I am stupid. Easy go, little high, little low. Insert the lyrics, cause I have no punch. Oh my god, I don't want you here. Oh, is it slut? Oh my god, slut! I am done with you. You're looking like an upside down. Guys, stop trying to read. Upside down slime drip, you nasty asshole. Get your feet, dude. Mouth of June. $2 vacuum corresponding bloom. Looking ass out my face. Can't breathe. Stop. You're gonna kill me. You said you want to hear it. I do. Giggler bros. Oh my god, Caitlin. Jeez. How your mama's so bald, minions mistake her for Gru. That's actually good. I like that. Little high, little low. My nose sucks. What the hell did I come back to? Don't worry about it. I could go on forever. Please do. I love it. Punch her stomach and gas her blaster in two-way. Dang. Your mom was so silly. She returned a donut because it had a hole. Oh. Oh. You know I delete shit, Freddy. Oh. Little high, little low. Gets rejected. Cringe confession at anime convention in front of 100 people plus people. We gotta see this shit. I'm sorry. We gotta see this shit. Bro, I'm in. Hold on. I gotta read this. Hold on. Give me 5 seconds. Hold on. Oh my god. Add you fucking. Okay. Get your ass back to East Central Twisted from Hell with your EF6 wannabe ass. I don't know that word. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Derby Cloud's built like an upside down Undertale soul. Dead determined looking ass. I love you, babes. Yo, ugly. Your mama's so ugly that she made an onion cry last one because you want to hear more. Why is everyone fighting all of a sudden? I do not know why you asking me questions.
Grammarly is a must-have desktop app to help you with productivity and improving.
God, love it.
We have gotten a bunch of new subscribers. Thank you guys for being here. I'll make sure to really outline everything so you understand what I'm talking about, even if you're new to the channel, because we are diving into some older stuff. You're about to see someone confess their love to one of my panelists in front of an audience of over 100 people.
Damn.
She confessed like she was an anime shoujo protagonist. You'll want to watch this video from start to finish because I have some really crazy context and I'm going to be spilling some relevant tea later in the video. If you've made it this far into the video, it sounds like you like hearing me talk. I think I have something for you. This video is sponsored by Talkie. This app is an AI-powered chat software that allows you to create whoever you want to talk to. Personally, I made my fiance. I really enjoyed this because she looks so cute and she looks so much like the photo I put in there.
Sorry, I don't like talking.
For free, and just play around with it, have fun. I know I did.
Don't like talking.
Thanks to Talkie for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it. I started this channel way back in 2010, so this happened a while ago. The yaoi paddle was in full effect. Homestead cosplayers were in the hallways playing Spin the Fago, and My Hero Academia didn't even exist yet. We started doing Hitalia Ask a Nation panels back in 2012 or 2013, and this girl would find us every year. She loved our channel back when it was named Anime Cosplay, but not as much as she loved the people in it. One year, she came to us in those cheap clip-on cat ears and cat paws and announced that she should be our mascot. Like, she walked up to me, my little group leader self, and said, "Oh my god, you need a mascot, Nia!" Like, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. That's what happened. Because, of course, you know, she's a cat, I'm a YouTuber.
Hold on, give me 5 seconds. Trinell looking like a straight up Karen. I'll like speak to your government manager. I would complain about how poorly your homes look. Your cheapskate, can't get a date. Oh, looking ass, dang, bro. Anyways, oh my god. Anyways, coming back to this, sorry.
Cats and YouTube get along great together, so, you know, it's an obvious matchup. Another year, her friends left her, and so she found us and demanded that she sit in the front row of our panel so that she would stop crying. And of course, you know, her being our mascot and everything, we let her, of course, have the seat. That wouldn't be the end of our yearly affair with our Neko Girl stalker, because what happens next is caught on camera and is going to be on the internet forever. So, this is me. This is Nyx, who's been on our channel for a long time. This is the girl who's going to confess. And then this is the guy who got confessed to. You'll learn a little bit about him later in the video.
I actually wanted to say something.
I feel like there was something like she had said before the panel that made me worry about what she was going to do during. Cringe alert, she's about to say something so... Oh, the tone in her voice is so bad.
I'm asking you a personal question.
Okay. Can I just say how disrespectful that is? Can I just say, how could you do that to someone? I'll get into it later.
Honestly, I would just say, are you fine with me asking you a personal question? Honestly, if you don't do anything, I don't care, honestly. Honestly, I'm asleep, but I won't watch. Yeah. Anyways, the way that girl says it, I would have said, hey, can I ask this personal question? This kind of personal question. If not, then that's fine. That's what I would say, because I'm bad at talking to people. So that's why I would say that. Why he looks like Adrian. Bro.
Okay. I might have just been dying inside the whole time. We don't know. It looks like I was.
I've actually had a crush on you for about 2 years now. Whoa. It's actually really hard for me because if you don't have a girlfriend, could I be yours?
Oh, can I be yours? Oh, please, can I be yours? Please, no.
Oh, I am absolutely flattered, but I'm afraid I'm not in the market right now. I'm so sorry.
Rejected.
Look at Nyx here. Like, that is the funniest face. I laugh every single time I see it.
Thank you for putting yourself out in the wind.
But no matter what, America is everybody's friendly back as well.
I am.
And hero, don't forget that.
Yes, I'm everybody's hero.
Tried to save it in my horrible Hitalia Germany accent, not a German accent.
Good line, positive hero.
Next, you pick the next question.
Oh, finally, I thought you were going to forget about it.
I'm all up in your girl.
First time I saw my wonderful America.
I could not hold it together, man. Do you see me? I'm about to cry. That was the end of that. It was really, really difficult, but I think we played it off and continued the panel. I don't think anything else was said. I don't think she ever reared her face again. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I've actually had a crush on you for about 2 years now. Wait, didn't I already did this?
I am absolutely flattered, but I'm afraid I'm not in the market right now. I'm so sorry.
I think he's saying that I'm not planning on getting in a relationship yet, because that's what he said. I don't know.
That's one of the stupidest things I caught on camera, just like so funny and cringe. Literally the freaking audacity off this girl, like that is so... We just uploaded a dude having all the audacity and being kind of creepy, but this is the same thing. This girl has so much audacity and entitlement. Like, what do you mean? Like, he's over here trying to shut you down and she's over here like, I don't care. Like, that is the worst. That is so bad. That was bad. Okay? I'm still mad about it. The way that she says that fills me with rage.
Yeah,
he's trying to tell you no. And you said, I don't care about your consent, buddy. That is I would like to hope that nobody would have the audacity to do this nowadays. Watching this makes me think of that clip that's been going around about what was said to the voice actor of Midoriya.
But you know your fandom, right?
A little too well, yeah.
You know the bad side, right?
Of course, yeah.
What's your opinion on your ships?
Oh my god, how did we get here again? And who cares what 30-something...
Do you love your ship with Aerie?
Oh my god.
Oh, shoot.
Shut it down. Oh my goodness.
Kids, please touch grass. Please touch grass. Please go outside.
I would love to.
Please go outside.
I have allergies.
Something about this. This one is like a lot different. It's not that she's trying to gain this guy's affection. The only reason that kid was asking that question is just to get a rise out of somebody. It's not funny. It's literally horrifying. Just saying. I shouldn't have to say that confessing to or asking inappropriate questions to a panelist is wrong, but I will. Don't ever do this. Don't ever do this. This is a major breach of that person's consent. Whether they have high status in your brain, they're still a person and they have consent and boundaries. Please do not. No joke, I had to drill my panelists back in the day for uncomfortable questions before the panel. I had to test them. I was like, quick, they asked you about a ship that's really controversial. Quick, they said something really raunchy. What do you say? Or like, what? Oh my god, we were part of the Italia fandom, right? And we had an England cosplayer during the Brexit thing. And I had to tell them, what are you going to say if a Brexit question pops up? Because we're Americans, we're not English, we have no say on it, right? And the question did come up in the panel. Guys, don't. It is so common. I mean, I saw this happen at COAF this year, where someone offered their feet pics as part of their question, and this was a grown adult woman.
I also helped run the virtual reality game for Whiskey Dino on VR chat.
We left the VTuber panel. Some girl offered her feet pics for like VTuber information.
Ew. Stop being weird. It's not funny. Please. And of course, I would say that you, as my viewers, would never do something like this. But she was one of you.
Stupid.
So, you know,
I'm not gonna reel.
Keeping an eye on you, haha.
Oh.
My camera turned off.
Oh.
Anyway, this video isn't over because tea time has started. Get you a little sippy and enjoy.
Wait, what?
I started this channel, Costa Group, by rallying a bunch of middle schoolers back in 2010. I've had a lot of people on this channel in the past, and I've also made so many videos that are no longer on the channel. Just like the video we just reacted to, I've been starting a series where we're reacting to old content that I have on my hard drive. Last time I had Aster and I react to the first video I ever made, and it was really funny to rewatch. I censored the faces of the people in the video except for me because I haven't seen these people in forever. It'd be so weird for me to just blast their faces on the internet nearly a decade later. But what's interesting though is a comment on that last video. This commenter is the guy that got confessed to in today's video. He said, "If you show the milk video, you have permission to show my face, if only because I remember them being lots of dumb faces and I want to see them again." Pay attention to that last part. Did we all catch it?
Yeah.
He just wants to see his face on my channel again. This guy was such an attention, I wouldn't say whore, but I would. never satisfied with the amount of attention he got. Especially for me, because like he actually just joined my cosplay group because he had a crush on me.
Because you are not.
I literally have a prom picture
Alex,
of
God, do I need to go
when he asked me to prom.
Snack you?
I was like, let's go as friends. I was that type of person.
The weather.
You might be thinking, it's great that he gave you permission. That means you guys are on good terms. You guys are still tight, right? Wrong. Because he tweeted this 3 years ago. Do you ever like see someone who's so clearly delusional?
Me.
Who thinks that everyone in their life abandoning them has nothing at all to do with their own shitty, abusive, manipulative personality. And then the worst thing is that they're rewarded with validation and subscribers. It's giving jealous. It sucks, y'all. Seeing a person be successful sucks. Especially when you helped them get there.
The fucking audacity!
And then they decide to destroy your friendship. I have been doing this channel by myself for 14 years. Like, concept, cosplays, to video, and editing. This guy was handed his 15 minutes of fame on a silver platter. And of course, he didn't stop at that. He had to name drop me. Actually, you know what? Let's take the sub out of this tweet. This is 100% about my old cosplay group and Stan, whom I absolutely hate. But he wants to be on the channel. Okay, alright. His tweet's gonna be, not him. I don't want to spread too much negativity. I don't want to be a shit talker or anything like that. But the reason I wanted to share with you this tweet is just because, like, it is so obvious he is just mad that I have subscribers and he feels entitled to them.
Each other.
Did he expect me to just forget that he said all of that? I think maybe from now on I'm gonna give him the yaoi lightsaber treatment. All of our tea is gone, so this is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. So remember, be there and be square. Bye!
Where's cops? What? I can't read. Alright, one more video and then I'll be ending the stream. Sorry, but I'm really tired and I feel like I'm gonna pass out. We got hit on again in public. Wait, hold on. Which one do I really want to watch? Mascot Horror Games That Did Everything Wrong by Grimlock Dusk.
We can't save you from being tagged in a fail video, but we can.
Marky.
Hold it.
Sell online and grow your business with Wix e-commerce. Create a beautiful.
Hold on, let me go all the way back. Yes, yeah. There you go.
Ye asked, and ye shall receive. I returned to the Mascot Horror Minds to talk about something actually known about for a while, but never was as interesting as it was until recently. As you can probably guess, I'm kind of a workaholic. Therefore, I consume a lot of videos, because otherwise, I have the attention span of a gnat. A lot of those videos are from the big guys who will kinda just, you know, play everything. I'm talking Dako, 8-Bit Ryan, those guys. Sometimes a video of some weird horror game they played will run across my recommendations like a little goblin, and I'll watch it while I work and then probably forget about it later. This was the case for the game I'm going to be talking about today, Sparky Marky. Gonna be honest here, Sparky originally did not stand out to me at all as anything remarkable. I don't even think I finished the video it was in. I genuinely just got bored and clicked off. I then proceeded to forget completely about it until a week or so ago when I was in a call with my friend, Tim, discussing video ideas. Of course, Mascot Horror comes up and then Sparky Marky comes up, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard of that. Wasn't that just another one-off little mascot game that didn't go anywhere? I am immediately corrected. No, there's a lot more to it than that, and it doesn't stop at just the game. Sparky Marky, from what I've found, is one of the most non-subtle attempts at becoming the next big slop / content farm / whatever you want to call it games of 2023. somehow we all just happened to miss it as it crashed and burned. I don't have much kindness to spare for this game. Unlike the mascot horror I covered before, where the games mostly suffered from a lack of game development experience and were otherwise made with genuine intentions, Sparky is very evidently deliberately crafted to take the least effort to make, yet yield the most return from kids left unattended in grocery store shopping carts. From rampant soft locks to obvious AI voices to attempts to force you to join their Discord server to beat the game, let's get right into this mess and take a look at Sparky Marky. Alright, before we get into the gameplay itself, let's go over a little bit of this game's backstory. Sparky Marky has 3 chapters, with all of them having been published as separate games on Steam, which seems to be the usual these days. What's nice though is that unlike other games following this formula, all of the episodes are free to play. Well, 2 out of 3 of them anyway, plus the Dead by Daylight clone, which isn't gonna be included in the video because it's been locked up since May of last year and I can't play it. The game series was developed by Clapperheads, with episode 1 coming out on April 14th, 2023 to debatable success. Episode 2 followed shortly after, releasing on June 15th that same year to a slightly more welcoming audience. Episode 3 is in limbo, unfortunately, and it's probably not coming out. Why that is will probably become apparent as this video progresses. Clapperheads seemingly had no social media presence before Sparky Marky, so episode 1 was their first impression on the mascot horror scene. Was it a good one? No it wasn't, and let me show you why. You start off episode 1 with the option to pick between a lot of languages. I can't speak to the quality of these translations since I don't speak any of these languages, but I will award 1 point for making an effort to be accessible. Episode 2 also has this feature. The next screen immediately tells you the #1 reason why this game got a fair few bad reviews. It requires you to join its Discord server to be able to beat the game. Or at least it used to. Due to said reviews, the Discord integration was removed, albeit pretty sloppily in my opinion, but we'll get to that. In the interest of not getting too distracted, I'm gonna put my rant about why you shouldn't tie your game's functionality to an app you don't have control over a little later in the script. With little fanfare, we're then plopped into the middle of a forest with only a flashlight to our name. Therefore, the only thing to do now is wander. Walking along, you'll see generators, broken vending machines, doors, but none of it is usable yet. Instead, what we can do is make our way all the way down the road here until we find a wall covered in decals of Sparky. And if we look at it from a certain angle, we get given both a Discord command and temporary blindness. While all the game's Discord commands are made non-essential now, this one was lore related, and we'll just give you a picture of one of the game's monsters alongside a note telling employees never to use the term monster in official correspondence. Interesting plot point, let's see if it comes up later. Continuing forwards, we find the titular Sparky lying inactive on the floor, surrounded by vending machines. A cute gimmick with him is that his color is random. I got a green Sparky, but you can have blue, yellow, or pink, or perhaps even another color. I go ahead and just walk over or around him to press this button, turning on the power to the surrounding area and also to all of these vending machines, which proceed to all play different jingles at the same time. Yes, it is exactly as terrible as it sounds. You can escape the area through the right side, and now you have to head back down the road you came from. Cross a bridge and then take a right into the forest to reach a door with a green hand sign on it that you can open. Let me be clear, this game is not clear about where you have to go at all. I only knew what to do because I had a quote-unquote guy in the chair telling me.
It's been an honor, Spider-Man.
Wow, I am so good at saving us money on things we need.
You do have a talent.
I do have the mileage.
What are you doing here? There's a dance.
I'm looking at
Sparky Marky.
This thing gives you absolutely no direction or objective, and it isn't even clear about you needing to turn the power on in the first place, because stuff is already lit up at the start, so wouldn't you assume there was already power? Who knows? Anyway, we can go in here now and find a computer that we can turn on using a button on the wall. Weird way to do that, but okay. And on the computer screen is a code. You can type this code into the machine behind you to open it. This was the first instance of mandatory Discord integration. Originally, you had to open this door here and get the command !code to get the Discord bot to tell you the code for the machine. This text on the monitor wasn't there before, but now it's kinda there all the time. Kinda wish they'd tried to implement a new puzzle here because this way of changing it is just kinda boring. Inside the machine, there are a bunch of flare guns. These are a doozy all on their own and the first instance of real bad game design. Did you think Moosey's use of its gun gimmick was bad? You wanna know what the gimmick with these is? They're single use. One flare each and you can't refill them. When you use one up, you gotta go get a whole nother gun. And these are required to beat the game, meaning if you shoot them all off at the wrong time, well, tough luck. That's a soft block. This could be fixed easily by adding a cooldown for shooting or ammo refills or something. But this issue stuck around in the second episode too, so I guess we're just gonna have to be careful with using these. Those guns were all we needed in here, so now we're supposed to head out and back down the road until we reach this specific purple vending machine. Not any of the other identical purple machines, this one. Because right next to this one, there's a cave, and inside the cave is a panel of glass that we need to shoot, again with the immersion breaking graffiti. There's also another code on the wall here. It's just more lore, same with the one inside the room we find. Honestly, my main gripe with these codes is how obvious they are. I think it would have been way more interesting if you needed to piece them together yourself with puzzles in-game, like how games like Shipwrecked 64 use stuff like ciphers to hide codes in plain sight while still keeping you immersed in the universe. On the table here is a watch we can equip. It has two functions, a door hacking tool and an elevator activation tool. You gotta figure out for yourself that you're supposed to go to the road again and use the hacker tool to open this locked door, which lets you into here. In here, you need to shoot the window with your flare gun. What window? That window. What do you mean you didn't know that was a window? It definitely doesn't look like a wall. Oh, and I hope your gun still got ammo. If not, get your ass back to that other building for a new gun. But this is the last time we need the flares because now we're switching to tasers. If you want, anyway. This collection of tasers actually never has a purpose, and neither do the flares from this point onward. What's with mascot horror and just forgetting to use its gimmick? Open the door here and Sparky appears for a split second before vanishing and making the lights flicker. We can leave after this, though, and head down a new short road before walls sprout up around us and a strange monster with a QR code for a head crawls out of the darkness. Don't scan that. It doesn't go anywhere. It used to go to the Discord server as far as I can tell, but now it just goes to a malware site because I'm assuming a Discord update broke whatever link the monster was using. Ooh, $1.99. Now we must navigate the maze successfully before the monster catches up to us. The way out is indicated by the Sparkies that have guns. Don't follow the ones with the Discord icon, it's just leading you to another lore command. And if sometimes you don't see a gun Sparky, take the path to your left. Be wary of another critical design flaw that can and will make this segment a million times more annoying. A run timer cooldown. If you accidentally stop running at any time during this segment, usually to look for the next correct Sparky to follow, you'll have to wait a little bit to be able to start running again. And this happening enough equals death. Thankfully, this is one of the few things they fixed in episode 2. Reaching the end of the maze brings you to another gun cabinet where you could grab the single taser inside and use it to shock the monster, freeing you from what I guess was the inside of the Sparky Marky costume. This is the only point in the game where you can even use the taser, which is weird considering they gave us a bunch of them earlier. And with that, that's it for episode 1. A whole lot of walking and one chase, plus a command as a reward that lets you into a new channel in the Discord server that's just as dead as the rest of them. I wonder if they noticed me checking all the commands. I wonder if they were worried. Anyway, that wasn't a very exciting game. We barely even saw the titular monster. He kind of got overshadowed by Mr. Social Media promotion over here. There really isn't much positive I have to say about this experience. It just feels shallow and it barely lasts 10 minutes if you know where to go and what you need and don't need. But is episode 1 enough to warrant a whole video? No, it isn't. Despite its flaws, it's only meant to be an introduction. I can excuse issues with a first go around as long as things are patched up in later installments according to criticism. So, were they? No, they weren't. They actually got a whole lot worse.
Oh no.
As a full-time student and content creator, I spend a lot of my time writing. Grammar-easy activities have really helped me become more confident.
About you.
Episode 2 starts off with a language selection like episode 1 does. This time, though, the title screen is a lot more graphically interesting, and unlike the first episode, we actually have a sort of introduction as we find out we are playing as Dr. Barlow and undergoing some sort of monthly assessment led by Susie, an AI. Dr. Barlow doesn't seem too happy about it, though. Wandering around a bit, she becomes confused on why no one's around. Eventually, we end up finding the watch from the first game, which has been updated a bit to now include a monster database. The first game didn't make it clear, so let me me clarify some plot details here. From what I understand, Sparky Marky himself isn't the monster we're dealing with. He is instead a costume with a large space inside, and any monster can use him as a disguise. This list specifies the different monster types that can hide in him, one of them being the QR monster from the first episode, explaining why we saw ourselves exit Sparky when we beat it. Sparky's behavior betrays what monster is inside, sort of like how you'd use behaviors to determine the ghost type in Phasmophobia. This thing even has a bunch of other attributes like the color of its ooze that I guess Sparky would leak while walking around. It's an interesting idea for a monster, but it's sadly barely expanded on in-game as it progresses. Note how I am saying in-game. Keep that in your pocket for later. Speaking of progress, after I find the watch, we find an elevator that then triggers the training simulator to start. Barlow expresses her disappointment with some very human-sounding dialogue. This being a training simulator, though, allows the game to make up for the shortcomings of Episode 1's ability to explain its mechanics and actually does a half-decent job at telling you what you're gonna have to do throughout the game, like hacking doors and buying hacks for doors. Notice this in the first game? Your hacks are a limited resource. To unlock doors, you'll have to have one available, and you can buy them from these purple terminals spread throughout the facility using credits you'll find lying around. Finding the credits is at least something to do besides walk, so it's not the worst mechanic. Apparently, hacking vending machines can also earn credits. The game tells you this via a Discord command you can find later. Giving the hacking tool more functionality is a good thought, but you're never really hurting for money enough that you'd need to do this. Discord commands were never mandatory in this episode, letting the developers use them more as extra gameplay and lore hints like this one, which is really what they work best as. Good job there. When we buy our first hack, Susie alerts us to a perimeter breach in the 4B zone, but when asked for the location of an exit, she's silent, prompting the ire of Dr. Barlow, who I then spend too long driving in circles before I finally make it to a bathroom where I grab some toilet credits and get jumped by Sparky, where I jump and accidentally waste the taser I just picked up on instinct. That's fine, it goes unused if you don't. After the toilet, I spend another eternity going in circles until I find the main man himself. Sparky is enclosed in a cage, and although he tries, can't get to us. Susie informs us that a marker has been placed on us to attract him, and that we can tell if the marker currently is on us if we can't see him. He apparently accomplishes this invisibility with psychic abilities, which I will say is not something I've seen a mascot enemy do before, or at least recently. To get rid of the marker, we need to use a new purple gun to transfer it to a mannequin. This is the only time we need to do this. Another bit of missed potential for a cool gameplay idea. What if there were times you realized Sparky was chasing you and you needed to find a mannequin nearby to avoid death? It would spice up chases that wouldn't otherwise be unique. Come on, guys! Sparky becomes visible after we transfer our marker and begins aimlessly walking in the mannequin's direction instead, so we're free to head on into a room where the objective is to fall into a pit and become horribly injured. Yes, really, this is to teach us how to use the new heal gun. These new mechanics are used so little in this episode that I'm honestly thinking they were meant for that Do You See Sparky multiplayer thing, and that this game was just meant to be a glorified tutorial for that. But that still doesn't mean they couldn't be used more here. This is like if Poppy Playtime had the grab pack but never made you use it until Project Playtime came out. Wait a minute, is this game series just trying to be Project Playtime? I'm literally just realizing this. Huh, that explains a lot. Well, anyway, it still works here if we happen to get hurt enough, so let's keep going to where we can find another Sparky in a cage that doesn't neutralize his psi abilities. This is meant to be a hint to how you can tell if he's close to you when you have the marker, and also a warning about letting him get too close, since if he does, you'll stumble and fall. Except, after we tase him inside the cage, he escapes, and we can hear his footsteps in the room. But, despite me taking ages to find my way out of here, I didn't encounter him once, and those footstep sounds never moved. I don't think he actually chases you here. Why not? There's no reason not to make him a threat here, especially with the spooky ambiance and the darkness. You already taught me how to get rid of him and how to know if he's close, so I genuinely don't understand why he just gets sidelined here if this is a bug that's happened to everyone who's played this, because I checked YouTube and it ain't just me. Exiting that area, we find yet more Sparkies, each exhibiting a different way of movement that allows you to figure out which monster is inside each of them. Look at him go! The next room also explains that broken vending machines indicate the monster's dietary preferences and can be used to further confirm its identity alongside the unique ooze it will excrete after eating human foods. We can pick up a chemical gun here that will analyze some practice ooze left over in a nearby hallway, but this is the only time we'll see this mechanic, and I feel like I'll be beating a dead horse if I say once again why it's annoying to see this gimmick go unused. Alright, a quick aside, this room here betrays something that I hadn't wanted to assume right away, but now have a pretty definite opinion on. This game is using AI voices for all of its dialogue. There are absolutely no voice actors listed in any credits anywhere, and a lot of the delivery feels very unnatural and stilted. How do I know for sure now, though? Well, this guy sounds the worst out of all of them.
Entry 3,502. Price is like a dog with a bone, wasting resources on his rune obsession.
In fact, he gives off the vibes of those weird content farm backrooms shorts I see sometimes. It's unfortunate when developers feel the need to turn to AI. It takes a lot of humanity out of a game. The other voice memos share the same stilted dialogue, and eventually I just stop picking them up, though it's more so out of boredom than anything. Beyond these AI voices lies a room with a big sonic anomaly in it. To pass through, apparently we need to use a sonic gun, but I found that just doing so normally yields pretty much the same results, so it's yet another random mechanic inconvenience that we can disregard, paired with another unneeded idea in the next room that's apparently a lamp that can reveal runes left behind by monsters. We are told to use this, but I never figured out how to and never needed to do so, so into the pile it goes with the others. At this point, the story and even the gameplay is starting to make little to no sense. Barlow starts waffling on about coming here to develop a cure for all diseases, which literally does not ever come up again, and the two scientists on the tape start fighting about sound and rune theories which have nothing to do with the game, since it's already stood its ground on never including any mechanics related to those things. We also find Sparky at the top of some stairs, but he does literally nothing when we approach and even trample all over him, so I don't know why he's even here. Then we finally make our way into the last room of the training simulator, which simulates emergency situations to test employee knowledge. Terminals are located around the room and we need to use them to get a key light, which can be placed at another central terminal to neutralize whatever monster is in Sparky when he's in the room with us. We can figure out what monster it is with our previous behavioral knowledge and request the right key light based on that information. Viewers are also stationed around the room to let us see Sparky while he's invisible at the cost of staying still. All of this would certainly come in handy if Sparky was even doing anything. Instead, there's nothing. We need to insert the right key light based on no present threat and no hints, which results in me just trying all of them until it works. And then the threat is released. So now, do we need to analyze the monster now that it's active? No, we don't. We just gotta get a flare gun, shoot these screens, and book it. Awesome, the one time Sparky is actually after me and it's only a problem for like 10 seconds. Barlow babbles some stuff about coming home to her son, and then we finally use this app for the only time in the entire game to buy and activate the elevator, where we are again jumped by Sparky and put into another costume dimension thing, where this time we are being chased by a clapperhead. The same strategy as episode 1 applies here, just follow the Sparkies that have keys. They lead into this observatory room where I assume we've exited Sparky and now the monster is coming out of him after us. You are apparently not supposed to just sit here and watch it. Oops. What you are supposed to do is run back here, grab a flare, and shoot the window behind Sparky to jump out and escape, putting an end to episode 2 of Sparky Marky. Okay, so that was a lot. Definitely a better showing than the first episode was, but still not a good one. The game is riddled with issues, from weird game design to a constant state of there being no threats at all, to boring environments that you get lost in due to a lack of landmarks. Why are all of the guns still single-use and disposable? Why can I spend all my credits on lock hacks so I can't use the elevator without restarting? It feels like nobody tested this. It's really and more like a show of ideas that could have been cool if they got used at all, which is sad considering they definitely won't be now that the multiplayer game is dead and closed. Why does that have anything to do with this? Well, I've got a bit of a theory. I think this game is trying to build its entire identity as a franchise around its multiplayer game and just uses its standalone entries to promote that game and introduce its individual mechanics. Why else would so many things get shoved in only to go completely unused? That would be more forgivable if they hadn't straight up removed access to the game almost an entire year ago, leaving these 2 other episodes to rot as unimpressive showcases. And do you know why I know they're going to rot?
For a limited time, save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets.
Go away, you stupid ad!
While making this video, I did a lot of research on Sparky's developers and their history in the gaming scene, and I think I've got a decent idea of why this game failed to become the next big thing like the devs wanted. Please keep in mind that this is only my opinion and is not meant to disparage the developers in any way. From what I've discovered, Sparky was created for entirely the wrong reasons. Rather than making a game they were passionate about, Clapperheads tried to burst onto the scene with an eye-catcher mascot they didn't actually care about, one they were quite possibly only using because they thought he'd be their ticket to fame. And since most other mascot horror games release in small experiences at a time, they probably figured that for Sparky to succeed, he'd need some standalone experiences of his own to really set him up to take over. Problem is, that wasn't what they wanted to do. They may have thought that making games they actually wanted to make wouldn't have gotten them the audience they wanted right away, so they put out these small games without putting much effort into them, hoping it'd knock out that first phase of their career so they could get to the more exciting stuff, notably the online multiplayer game, Do You See Sparky, which seems to have more passion behind it. I mean, the first 2 episodes are practically just advertisements for it. It's pretty clear where their priorities were. Spoiler alert, forcing yourself to make something that you couldn't care less about just results in that disdain leaking into the work and ruining it, and people noticed that, which led to Sparky's popularity quickly dying off, and to Do You See Sparky and Chapter 3 likely being abandoned due to a lack of demand for overall franchise. I want to spend this segment going into detail on the fragments of Sparky left behind, which all serve as evidence towards the lack of passion I feel went into the franchise. 1. Let's start with the monsters. All of them, even Sparky himself, were created by the artist Leo Vincible, and by themselves, they're great actually, but they don't do anything besides dance around for promotional footage. Their real moments coming again in the online game where you do actually have to identify and counter them. 2. Quickly going back to gameplay, there was clearly a lack of polish or testing done. Soft lock this, soft lock here, soft lock that. Surely if anyone who wasn't a dev had run through this before release, somebody would have found these, right? It stinks of a rushed product. After all, there were only 2 months between the releases of episode 1 and 2. That's about the same amount of time Garten of Banban's first 3 games each spent in development. So yeah. 3. If you look at Clapperhead's YouTube channel, you'll find a plethora of shorts where Sparky will spout off a weird grating AI voice.
Guess what's inside me?
And then reveal one of these 16 monsters from the series doing some basic spooky movements. They're pretty cookie cutter, using the same template for each's animation and reusing the monster jump scares from the online game. These shorts are the only place you can see the monsters' models now, as apart for 2, they never appear in the games. Another thing we can find in the shorts are promotions for Do You See Sparky. Why are these important? Well, notice anything familiar about this gameplay? Yeah, turns out that episode 2 is literally just the tutorial from DYSS being reused with minor changes, and this is backed up by reviews and community members that actually got to play it. That explains why all the mechanics felt meaningless and why there were so many. Outside of the shorts, checking the main channel reveals that it's been dead for 8 months, coinciding with the release of the last playtest for Do You See Sparky. I'm guessing that due to low attendance, the devs realized that it was a lost cause and stopped trying. But despite now making another game, they won't admit that Sparky is dead, so they stopped posting altogether to avoid backlash from all 10 of his fans. Lastly, their fabled Discord server. I said it was dead before, but I believe I understated how dead. The devs have left this server to rot. They are only obligated to keep it up because of the Discord integration. I think they'd rather get rid of it, but hey, you made your bed, now you gotta lie in it. This is why we don't tie our games to outside services, not even if doing so will get you a community. I think that's what they wanted anyway, to try and game the system by requiring people to join so that they could get a big Discord server and maybe a few big members too. That is unfortunately a very artificial way to gain a fan base though. Nobody is there for Sparky. Everyone is just there to use the commands. Some don't even bother with the rules, so the place is now a glorified wasteland of users fighting with Susie because they can't read what channel commands are supposed to go in. And there's no moderation either. It's not even a suitable place to talk anymore if by chance you genuinely like the game, nor is it completely safe either. During my stay, one account was compromised and started spamming e-girl Discord invites with cropped naughty pictures in the icons. I kept checking back and these stayed put for an entire day before the mods finally got rid of them. Nobody even bothered to ping said mods either. What would have happened if kids, the ideal audience for Sparky, joined and fell for that? It is irresponsible. So, is all hope for Clapperheads truly lost? Well, absolutely not. It looks like they didn't have the best first outing, but you know how I said the studio was still active earlier? Have you by any chance seen this video before? It's of the upcoming horror game Zoocosis, a vastly more popular game than Sparky despite it not being out yet. But did you know they've got the same parents? Clapperhead seems to have learned from their mistakes and started making what they're better at, or at least what they actually enjoy. Therefore, the quality of their creations has shot way up and they're seeing the results of that. We can only hope that Zoocosis matches its trailers in quality. Please don't make me make this video down the line, guys. I want to believe in you. But with that being said, that's all the input I've got on this. Okay. Sparky bad, Giraffe good, we shall bide our time and wait. I usually give you something to talk about in the comments. Let's see. If you don't want to talk about Sparky, tell me about your cat. My cats are named Coco and Francis. One's a pissy shelter runt and the other was in a gutter near a church. They both have severe RBF. Anyway, you know who it's been. This has been Glamrock Dusky, and remember, have a fasorific day!
I like the animations. Anyways, that will be it of the stream because I don't know how long I'm gonna be up for until I pass out and die. So, not really, but I'm just being sarcastic. Anyways, thank you all for staying the stream. So, that's really all I have to say. I'm sorry, I'm so tired though. I will hugs and kisses, my little snowflakes. I'm in your walls. No, you're not. Then where do I live? You know, I'm gonna sleep on my dad's bed and him gonna yell at me. Yeah, I'm kidding. He's not gonna do that. I'm just being joking. And my Chromebook is about to die. And 5 seconds. Oh, I'm kidding. Anyway, so bye guys. See you all later. Soon. Yay. Bye, my little children's. Texas. You don't know what specifically where I live. You don't know anything. And I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Anyways, yeah. Bye.